Almost every day, we wake up to new brands of energy drinks flooding the markets. And this is because there is a thriving environment for it. As days go by, we see more and more people depending on these drinks to get some form of energy to run their day-to-day activities. In recent times, there have been a lot of questions probing the nutritional value and questioning its safety too. Today, the topic of our discussion is seeking to understand if we should be alarmed about the influx of energy drinks and the addiction people have to it. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to another episode of the Young Voices Forum. This program is brought to you by Savannah Signatures and supported by UNICEF Ghana. I would move to our guests and have them tell us something brief about themselves. But before I do that, like the video, share it, and also invite friends to watch. You can also leave your comments and your questions in the comment section. Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
I wanted to do the introduction, but I'm afraid that I might not do a very good job. So you can tell us briefly your name and what you do.
Okay, so my name is Hosaifa Isahaku. I am a final year student at the University for Development Studies, Tamale campus.
Okay.
And I pursue community nutrition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm Aishita Alasa, also a final year student from UDS, that is the University for Development Studies, also pursuing community nutrition final year.
Okay, that's good to know. So I got the brief I got about you earlier on as you belong to something called ASCON.
Yeah.
What is that?
Okay, so ASCONS is an abbreviation for the Association of We the Students. That is Association of Community Nutrition Students.
Oh, okay.
So it's an association that dates back to 22 years ago. It was piloted at Nyampala campus. That was in the early days of the University for Development Studies. That was even before they built the Tamale campus at Tongo here. So 22 or 3 years ago till now, it started with about 7 students who came together to form that association. And now we can proudly see that we have about 700 to 800 students in the Association of Community Nutrition Students.
Oh, nice. And I hear you are the president.
Oh no, I'm just one of the executives, nutrition officer.
You are the nutrition officer. Yes, sorry, my bad. Nutrition officer. Yeah, that's the information I got.
Yes.
And Aisha, you also a member
Yes.
of ASCON.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So today we are talking about energy drinks. I think that a lot is going on. Every day we wake up, there is a new energy drink. So, what is an energy drink actually?
So basically, it's just something people take to help them in performing an activity. Something like you are tired, you want to still do your work, so you feel like, let me take energy drink. It will boost up my system to do what I want to do.
Okay, so the energy drink is just like any of these sugar-sweetened beverages in our society, but just that it has certain specialties that brings that distinction between that energy drink and most of these are sugar-sweetened beverages. So it has so many nutrients that accounts for its name, and this threat is bringing to our global public health. So it's a beverage that which when taken stimulates physical and mental health. So basically that's just what this energy drink is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you are nutrition people. What is the chemical composition? Like what ingredients are in energy drinks?
Well, there's something, caffeine is one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, then sugar too is also part. They have something called taurine.
Okay.
And B vitamins too is part of it, yeah. And water too as a component.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so those are some of the chemicals, or someone will say nutrients, because nutrients are also chemicals. So we have the caffeine, as she rightly said, and the caffeine is the most essential part of the energy drink. It is what cause for this alarming the health implications it's bringing out in people and society at large. So the caffeine is there. Some of these energy drinks are carbonated, others are, some of them do not contain carbon. Some of these energy drinks in the diaspora. That is, some of them do not contain sugar, but others here contains
Sugar.
Yeah.
Okay. But does it have any nutrients at all?
Yeah, that would be the carbohydrates.
Okay.
The sugar aspect of it.
Yeah.
That would be that. And also the B vitamin derivatives from it.
Okay.
That is used in making it.
I see. And is there a recommendation, like at what age can someone take an energy drink?
Okay, so scientifically there's no evidence like that is in Ghana here. So when you research very well, you get to realize that much research hasn't actually been done with the consumption of these energy drinks, I mean in Ghana specifically.
Okay.
So from the articles you read, they will tell you there's no specific age, but considering the health implications, it is not adults are not adolescents, or let me say children are not supposed to consume it. Yeah.
But then we see a lot of children drinking it. I remember when I was in senior high school, I had this school daughter. She would always bring a lot of it to school. I mean, I didn't like it then. I do not like it now. But I didn't think that it was something to be, worried about.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and from back then, she was actually pretty young too. So I don't know. So when we say children, which people are we looking at that cannot take energy drinks?
Okay, so children like those.
Between what age are we looking at?
Okay, so between let's say 7 to 18, like below the adult age, like
Okay.
you say those above 18 are adults, so maybe adolescents or even young people. But today, what do we see? We see that even some of these are adolescents, they even take it more than we, the adults and other people in the society.
What do you think is the need? Like, why do you think people are leaning towards energy drinks?
Well, it has to do with what they think it does for them.
Okay.
Something like the mental concentration, mental alertness, and those stuff. A lot of people take energy drinks because they want to stay up for longer times to learn.
Oh, okay.
Coming to our schools, even in our surroundings, you see that we wait till it's time for exams, then we sit for longer hours. So to go through this longer period of learning, we try to take energy drinks so that it will stimulate our brain to stay focused for a very long time. Yeah.
Okay, so just to add up with what my colleague said, you get to realize that when it comes to our society like this, some of these are professional drivers. That is those who who drive for longer hours. Let's say about 12 hours, 8 to 9 hours. You realize that like they want to suppress the fatigue they feel from the activities they do. So they tend to resort to these energy drinks. They believe that when they take the energy drink, yes, though some of their beliefs are right, that when you take it, it will actually suppress the fatigue you feel within you. So they take it, but the problem is the larger quantities that they take it. So they take it and they are able to sustain that fatigue for longer periods of time. Also, if you come to to our adolescent stage, you realize that some people who are obese, or most of these children who are underweight, they have they believe that because I'm underweight, I do not have so much energy. So I hear people say that if I take this energy drink, it's going to boost my physical and mental health. So why not I take these energy drinks so that my colleagues who are moderately weighted, I can almost have the same energies like them. And also, as he said, in our tertiary institutions, you get to realize that most of our students will take these drinks to suppress the fatigue and have so much time and energy in studying, and also improving our focus in what we study. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But then, do you believe that? Is it true? I mean, you are the nutritionist. I like that part because I know that if you are speaking, you know exactly what you are talking about. So, do you think that like when someone takes the energy drinks, they get the same energy with people that are, as you said, moderately weighted?
Yes. Okay, so actually I do not believe that. So even if let's say you are underweight, actually there's some kind of energy that you get from eating foods or having so much or even enough sleep at home. So it doesn't mean you have you resorting to the energy drink is what is going to provide you with that energy. Yes, if you resort to the energy drink, you actually get some of these calories from the drink you are going to take. So even if you take the energy drink, it's actually going to, the energy will come though. It will stimulate your physical and mental health, but it also have a limit. I hope you get it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But energy drinks, are they beneficial at all?
Well, it's beneficial to the consumer.
Okay. Now I'm a bit confused. One moment I am hearing a lot of things that you say are wrong, but you tell me, are they beneficial? Does it have any health benefits?
Health-wise, no, I wouldn't advise it.
Health-wise, it has no benefit. But what about the energy it's giving people?
So you see, in our daily consumption of food, especially in this part of our world, a lot of our food is made up of calories. We eat our food from the carbs aspect. We take a lot from the carbohydrate aspect, so we tend to gain a lot of calories from that. So you taking energy drink, you are getting too much, and an excess of everything is not good. And excess of everything is no good. So I wouldn't advise it. Taking energy drink is not healthy.
Okay, so just to add up with what my colleague said, I also advise that there's no health benefits affiliated to the consumption of energy drink. Aside that, the primary reason for the consumption, the primary reason why some people take this is just to stimulate their physical and mental health. I become energized, but yes, after some time it will surely go, and within that time that I'm getting energized, like when I set to do something, I become so focused. And even when I stand up to engage in physical activities, I also become hyperactive, filled with so much energy and vigor. I hope you.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah. So, a quick one. So, if you just joined us, you are watching the Young Voices Forum, and today we are discussing energy drinks. We are asking if we should be worried about how it's everywhere. It's like almost everybody is dependent on it. So you can also join us with your comments and your questions on Facebook. You can just leave them in our comments section. I have a few comments here. Zakaria Fatima says Ascons, so I want to believe that those are your people. And then Abdullah Hamdan Suyini says, watching live from UDS Tamale, long live Ascons. I see you, Honorable Nutrition Officer. We have a lot of fun. And then Wisdom says, Zakaria Fatima, your nutrition are concerned. Okay. And another one says, Ascons, your nutrition are concerned. And then Maridia says, this is a topic worth discussing. Thank you very much, guys. You can keep your questions or your comments coming in the comment section. So let's talk about the side effects of energy drinks. What are some of the side effects of energy drinks?
Well, to begin with, one of the side effects is elevated blood pressure as a result of the caffeine present in the so when you take it, it elevates your blood pressure and you are at a risk of getting the cardiovascular disease around, that is the hypertension and the other stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so we have elevated blood pressure, and yes, there are a lot. So just to add up, we have stillbirths. That's why they mostly don't advise pregnant women to take it. It also leads to miscarriages.
Stillbirth, really?
Yes, stillbirths, miscarriages. So high blood pressure, as she rightly said, and
also insomnia, that is poor sleep quality.
Oh, okay.
So you take it to stay for longer hours, you are depriving your body of its rest, so you don't get to give the body the rest it needs. Yeah.
Okay. So aside those ones, are there any other?
Yes, there are.
Like, are there any other of the side effects? Yeah. Anyway, it affects your metabolic, it gives you a metabolic disorder, that is your digestive system. You tend to take it more you are putting pressure on it, because when you take your digestive system tends to break the food down, what you take into pieces for the body to use. You are deriving your energy from food sources. You have more than enough from that. Then you are taking an excess of that one. You tend to overwork the system. So in the long run, it becomes faulty. Yeah.
Okay. So I think that you want to say something.
So just to add up, it also increases the affinity of alcohol. So most of these are people, though I haven't seen it with my eyes, just watching documentaries and some articles that I've read, you realize that people who have great affinity for alcohol, they do not want to, get drunk easily. So they mix the energy drink with the alcohol. Energy drink reduces the awareness of alcohol. That is the booziness. When you mix it with alcohol, it suppresses the effects of the alcohol. So you then have, that's opportunity to take
more alcohol.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I have a question here from Rahaina Mohammed, and she's asking, what are the health benefits involved in taking energy drinks? I think you said something, but she probably might have missed it. So can you?
I said health-wise, energy drink does not have any benefit for the consumer, because health-wise, energy drink does not have any benefit to the consumer, because its composition is mainly sugar. Sugar is one of the nutrients you can find in it, and these sugars, we find it in our daily foods that we take in. So you're taking more of sugar in excess, in addition to what you've already been taking, as it doesn't really, even though you get that energy, but your body does not really make use of it. So in the long run, we tend to.
Okay, so it gives energy, it improves focus, it improves diligence. So we understand that it actually gives those things. That's what even accounts for the name energy drink. But we don't see it as a health benefit. It's just something that it is created to do.
Okay, so I want to get something. Is it that it is not good to take energy drinks at all, or people should be looking at how much they are taking in?
Okay, so people should actually be looking at how much they take it in, most especially adults or even elderly people. The idea of this whole thing is the adolescent range. We do not want young people or even children of lesser age to indulge in these things. But for adults, they are also required quantities that people, health professionals recommend for them to consume. That is the caffeine. That is why we said the caffeine is the essential nutrient in energy drinks. Yeah.
Okay. So I have a question here from Ahmed Amin, and he says, so I take Storm energy drink on daily basis as just a normal drink. I don't take it to do hard work or anything. How does that affect me?
So you take it not for anything but just a normal drink, and you take food because you are hungry, you tend to get a lot of energy from the food you take. Taking this one on top of the food you've already been consuming, it affects you because you get excess of what you're supposed to get, and excess of the nutrients in your body can pose as a threat to your body. Yeah.
Okay. So Ahmed Amin, I hope this gives you a change of heart. Okay, so Maridia Tepaya Adam is also asking, do energy drinks affect the menstrual cycle and reproductive health of a woman?
Actually, I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't seen something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So back to the discussion. I think that sometimes there are certain things that people hear, that is why they do the things they do. In as much as we do not like to admit it, but external forces have influences on us. There is a saying that if you constantly see something all the time, you would find yourself not doing them without even realizing that you are doing it.
Yeah, sure.
And if you are hearing something about something all the time, you feel the need to try it. So I want to ask, are there myths fueling the intake of energy drinks? And have you heard about any of them? I think I know one. I think that they say that if you take energy drinks, it helps you What was it that they said? I would remember. But have you heard about anybody saying this is why we take energy drinks, and you know that those things are not true? Like, things people say are the reason why they take energy drink, but then between you and your other nutrition people, you know that it is not true.
So something like myths or
myths
okay.
that are fueling the intake of
okay.
energy drinks.
Okay, so I've engaged with so many young people, both from formal sector, that is we the students, and just in the market.
Okay.
So you realize that most of these are 21st century young boys, they always go around with some of these run energy drinks.
Yeah.
I happened to engage some of them, and they said it's sexually, it makes them active. One of them once told me that if you add one medicine to some of these energy drinks and you take it, you last long before you ejaculate into the female. So that's one reason why some of these young guys actually consume it.
But you think it's a myth?
Yes, I think it's a myth.
It's not true.
Yes, I don't believe in it.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Aisha, have you heard any myths that are fueling the intake of energy drinks?
No, it's just I've seen people taking it, and one of the reasons is just to stay longer, to study for longer periods of time. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to energy drinks, I think that some of the demographic that really take energy drinks are young people. And I understand that young people are supposed to have, energy. I mean, if there were older people taking energy drinks, even though I do not agree, but I think that I can understand. Yeah. But younger people, what is accounting for this among young people? Because young people, we expect that you have a lot of energy. I mean, the things I can do, you and I can do seated here, people that are like 20, 30 years older than us would have a challenge doing them.
Yeah.
So what is making young people depend heavily on something such as energy drinks?
Okay, so one of them is the advertisements and the brand loyalty. Like the way they advertise some of these energy drinks, you sit in the corner of your room, see the advertisement in TV, and you just feel like taking your money to go out and buy it just because of how colorful and the way they invest time and energy in the advertisement. They spend so many efforts in it, and the advertisements are so catchy that some of us, we have no option but just to fall prey to what they are bringing forward. So I see them advertising it. The color itself is so attractive and tasty, though I haven't tasted it yet, but I can see it in the television and I can feel how tasteful it is from the TV.
Then these brands are getting
thinking how I'll finish and go outside, search for that drink and just consume it. So some of these advertisements are something that are actually fueling young people to go in for these energy drinks.
Yeah. Another one is the environment we find ourselves. Well, I move with friends and they've seen this, they are buying it. They are telling me how after taking it, how they feel and what it does for them. Then I'll also feel like, let me go and test and see how it feels or what it really does for them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So just as you said, it's the peer influence, and you guys realize that like most people have inadequate knowledge on what these energy drinks contains, or even what's the constituents or the elements in the drink does to their body. It's just recently that I also started reading so much about these things. Initially, I did not know what the things that were inside the energy drinks or even its health implications. And I tell you, there are so many people out there who do not know what it does to their system. So I think, the awareness, the ignorance there is also a factor that pushes young people to go in for them.
Okay, so I can feel the passion in your speaking. So it tells me that this is something that it's really important to you. What happened? Like, what did you see? At what point did you decide that no, I think that I need to, look for platforms to talk about energy drinks?
Okay, so later on when I started studying it and saw the implications that it does to both physical and mental health. Physical and mental health is just literally, I'll just say it's just a human being. Because without your physical energy and mental energy, like who are you? Like, you know. So it's an essential part of human being that we have to preserve for our future. So these energy drinks are something that are deteriorating our health in this regard. So that's why I saw the need for us to go into advocacy on these issues and educate our young people on what the consequences of these energy drinks are and the implications should they continue to consume larger quantities.
Okay, I'm very glad you brought if they continue to consume larger quantities. I think the focus is on the excess consumption, not just maybe one person buys an energy drink once in a year or once in 6 months. I don't think that is a big problem. So the focus is on the excess. I needed to put this disclaimer out there before they come after us for saying people shouldn't drink energy drinks. And the focus is to let people know that the excess consumption of it comes with its own implications. So if you just joined us, this is still the Young Voices Forum, and we are talking about energy drinks and if we should be worried about the excess consumption that people are doing with it. You can also leave your questions and your comments in the comment section, and we would ask the experts in the room. I didn't do nutrition. I do not know much about energy drinks. I am actually very new to some of the information that I am getting now. So far this has been a very educative forum for me. So you can share it so that other people can benefit from this education. So what can be done about the dependency of people, especially young people, on energy drinks?
One would be education, creating of awareness. Many people consume energy drink not because they want to, but because they have no idea what it does to their body. So they take it like the comment from the question from, he takes it as a beverage daily without knowing what it does to the body or like the effect it has on it, but if he takes it in excess, you get what I mean. So one thing now that would have been nice or good in bringing in minimizing the consumption of these energy drinks in the youth would have been educating them on its consequences and what it does to the body if consumed in excess.
Okay, so just to add up with what she said, like prior to the education, like if you do research very well, you get to realize that so much scientific research in Ghana specifically hasn't actually been done on these energy drinks. So we need more evidence-based information. That is, people have to pick up topics like this and make so much research on them, to improve the evidence-based information that we wish to send out to young people and other elderly people out there.
Okay. So okay. I'm listening.
Okay, so still with that. Okay, so also get to realize that there's no legislation attached to this. You know, anyone, no matter the age, can just walk into a retail shop or any other provision shop and buy energy drink.
Yeah.
Even if you, watch news very well, get to realize that I've only heard of or seen 2 countries that have some legal restrictions on the purchasing of energy drinks. That is Sweden and Lithuania. There's a country, I've forgotten that name. Those are the only 2 countries I know of. So even in Ghana and going forward, if we could attach some legal restrictions to
who can purchase
these drinks, is something that will help. Like, you know, we have students here who wear uniforms, so a situation like all provision store owners shouldn't sell energy drinks to people who come there with uniforms, like young children who comes there with uniforms, or even young people at large. Cause
I agree. I mean, there might even be young people that do not wear uniforms. But if you could show your ID, imagine needing to show your ID before getting access to buy an energy drink. That could go a long way. I mean, this looks so far, but I mean, stakeholders are watching. Hopefully, they can take that up. So we are talking about the excess of the implication of taking a lot of energy drinks, and I think that so far the underpinning message I'm getting from all of you is people take it because they need energy. So now we are saying that excess consumption of it is bad. You are nutritionists. What can replace energy drink for people? What can we take so that we do not heavily rely on energy drinks for a source of energy?
A well-balanced diet. Because what the energy gotten from energy drinks, you can equally get that from the food you consume. Take a well-balanced diet, hydrate your body, and your body will work at its maximum. Like if it's at its maximum health, it will work in a way you want it to be. So take a balanced diet and hydrate your body.
Okay, so just to add up with what she said, having enough sleep alone can help in this regard. For the example I cited earlier on, that is with some of these adults. I understand even some young people actually are professional drivers who drive for these long distances. So they do not have enough sleep, and because of that simple fact they don't have enough sleep, they have so much affinity for caffeine. That is to keep them up throughout these long journeys. So if they usually have enough sleep, they don't have any, they end up not having any affinity for the caffeine, talk less of taking a whole energy drinks, and this is also going to help in the long run. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There is a comment here from Ethel, and Ethel says young people should also stop mixing drinks with cough syrup and other drugs. Well, yes, I think that this is a much needed contribution. Thank you very much, Ethel. And so, still on the balanced diet, what are we looking at? You know, usually when we say balanced diet, it sounds very abstract for a lot of people. So, bring us to a point where we would understand. Yeah. I know someone who would say, explain it to me like I'm 3 years old. Balanced diets, usually when we hear balanced diets, we are always picturing, foods that are peculiar to Western Western taste. People are thinking that it has to be broccoli with a side of something. Yeah. But like, bring us to down here in the Ghanaian context, in the northern context, what is a typical balanced diet like?
Well, a typical balanced diet in the Ghanaian context, taking most of your carbohydrate aspects from, let me say, most of the energy you take, letting about 60% of your foods come from the carbs that we have. That is the maize, the millet, and the others. Then you have your protein. We have the eggs, the fish around, the beans, even the beans that we have, and that one is common in the market. And also your food should also entail fruits and vegetables. And the fruits, we can get it around us. That is the oranges, the pears, the pineapples, the apples. And for the vegetables, you can have the cabbages, the onions, the tomatoes, and the other things. Then for in our vicinity here, you can see that every food, or most of the food that we consume, has a lot of has fat in it. So you don't have to take fat on top of what you've been taking again. Because if you go to buy rice, or if you cook rice, definitely you use oil. So that oil used in your preparation alone is enough for the fat you can get. Yeah. Then you can take water to hydrate your body too.
Okay. Josepha.
Yeah.
So, still on the balanced diet, what exactly? So, let's say wache with talia with egg or fish. Is that balanced diet? Or is there something missing from this meal to make it a balanced diet?
Talia is carbohydrate.
Okay. Okay.
So wache with cabbage.
Okay.
I would say it's okay with stew and shito, because the beans alone is protein.
Okay.
And the stew in preparation, I would say they've added fish, so it should have been okay for that.
Okay. Okay. So this has been a really, really insightful conversation. There is so much that I've heard today that I didn't know about, and also thank you for taking up this advocacy on the excess consumption of energy drinks and its implications. I think that a lot of young people or people watching us today might have learned a thing or two. So before we wrap up, your final words. I'll start with Huzaifa.
Okay, so the whole thing that we talked about today was energy drinks. As my sister rightly said, we can replace energy drink with so many things, adequate foods, adequate vegetables and stuff. Energy drinks, so much consumption of energy drinks is not good for our health. It deteriorates our physical and mental health in the long run. It is something that we should regulate. If you are someone who have so many beliefs that if you take it, this is going to happen to you, then you have to actually do your research well. Things like that aren't going to happen. In time to come, it's my hope that more awareness creation or awareness campaigns are done on this energy drinks consumption, so that the information will reach young people. And I know that is not going to be the effort of just stakeholders out there, but it's going to require the conscious effort of everyone, from the grassroots, from our families, from our homes, our teachers. Everyone is going to have a part to play in order to get there. Yeah.
Okay, Aisha, your final words.
So my final words is to my fellow youths or colleagues out there who consume energy drink in excess. I just want to tell you that we shouldn't, for temporal gain or for a temporal something, we waste our future on that, because you take it to do something for you temporarily, and for a short period it wears off, but the consequences will stay with you for a lifetime. So we should please avoid excess intake of this energy drink, so that tomorrow in the near future our youth will be healthy to take up responsibilities here.
Okay, so you heard it all, people. Today our discussion has been on energy drinks, and if we should be worried about the alarming rate at which people are heavily dependent on it to run their day-to-day activities. I had Huzaifa and Aisha from the University of Development Studies with me today in the studio to talk about this issue. I have learned something, and I know that you've also learned something. Please, let's focus on getting our energy from the foods we eat, and then probably just supplement it once or twice in a month or in months with the energy drink. We shouldn't let it replace everything for us. So a very big thank you to you, Huzaifa and Aisha, for coming in today. This has been a really insightful discussion, and I'm sure that a lot of people have benefited heavily from it. And I also like how heavily the ASCON team showed out for you people. It was nice to have them in the comment section, giving you all the morale. It's really nice to have people be supportive of us like that. And also I want to say a very big thank you to the team, the technical team especially, because without them there would be no Young Voices Forum. So thank you Samuel, thank you Ahmed, and thank you Arafat Abbas. Thank you very much for always supporting for Young Voices Forum to come. If you need more information on the nutrition, on what to eat, you can always call the Agoshi Plus platform on 5100. You can ask all the questions you want, and there will be someone on standby waiting to answer all your questions on nutrition. So until we come your way, same time next week, my name is Rahelenchi, and I was your host for today. Bye-bye.
Bye.